Michael Bay's doing a Skibidi toilet movie. Is that real? I saw that, headline, but I didn't look into it. Skibidi toilet film and TV franchise in the works from Michael Bay. You think they'll really make a Skibidi toilet movie series? It sounds like they are. Seems like that's going to be something that's coming. And the fact that it's Paramount here makes me believe that this is 100% right around the corner. They're behind like Halo getting churned out and everything, so like they move quick. Your balls have microplastics, get over it. Yeah, but I don't want to put more microplastics in my balls. I don't know, I just feel like if it can't... Here, we can get into a bit of a nutritional talk. I was actually talking about this earlier. Like, you're not gonna die from drinking Fairlife. Like, the microplastics aren't gonna fucking combust you or anything like that. You're not just gonna get, like, sanguinated or anything from microplastics. But I just feel like if you can avoid it, why not? You know what I mean? So, like, a buddy of mine... Oh, actually, I don't know if he wants me... I'm not going to put his name on it. I don't know if he wants his name on it. A buddy of mine had some very serious health issues, and he was super concerned that he might have bowel cancer. He was, like, having such terrible stuff going on. Like, some days he was saying that he couldn't... Like, he couldn't function. It was so bad. So he went in, he got, like, a colonoscopy and everything, and there was, like, some polyps and stuff, but luckily nothing super bad. Like, no cancer or anything like that. And what it turns out was the main cause of all of this discomfort that was debilitating him for so long was he developed a gluten intolerance. And apparently, that's super, super common for most adults as you get older, that you develop these subtle gluten intolerances. And a lot of like really bad health things have an underlying attribution to gluten, apparently. So he cut gluten out, and he said within a couple days he was completely back to normal, which was crazy. I think it was gluten and like just cured him of his ailment. No, he doesn't have celiac. So that was another thing. He does not have celiac disease. He just has like this gluten intolerance. Well, actually, I guess technically it's all celiac disease if you have gluten intolerance. I think technically, but it's not like he was, like he wasn't like afflicted with celiac disease and then just started eating gluten unknowingly or whatever. It's just like actually not good, like as you get older or something. That and dairy, but I think most people know dairy's highly inflammatory. Like, all the highly processed foods and shit are crazy. How do you avoid it? Glutens and everything? It's fucking hard. I don't know, man. I haven't figured it out either. I tried going gluten and dairy-free once, like, a year ago, and I made it, like, maybe 3 days in a row without having any gluten or dairy, and then accidentally had gluten. It's hard. It's so fucking hard. But it's also not super surprising, to be fair. It's surprising just how detrimental it can be, but I feel like everyone knows how horrible processed foods are. It's just a matter of, like, are you going to stop? Probably not, because it's hard and processed food's much cheaper. I don't know, Newman. Everything I've read about, like, processed foods and seed oils, it's just, you're much better off if you can avoid them doing so. As shit is just not good for you. Which I think everyone knows. But again, it's not going to kill you. Like, you're not going to drop dead because you ate a fucking muffin. The point is, like, a lot of, like, health problems can be attributed in small parts to diet with things like that. You hear pedophile killed himself tonight during a live catch before cops showed up. He admitted to viewing child porn as low as infants. I saw that headline just a little bit ago before going live. It reminds me of that To Catch a Predator episode that didn't air, but they were investigating, I think it was a government guy. And as they were moving in, he blew his fucking brains out in the hotel room. And then, what was fucking badass though, Chris Hansen, when he was asked about it, because I think that's why To Catch a Predator wasn't, or was taken off the air. I could be misremembering too, I don't remember if it was a hotel room. But regardless, some high-ranking, powerful person was being investigated by Chris Hansen. The team shot themselves, fucking pink-misted their brains. And Chris Hansen was asked about it, like, a long time ago, probably like 4 or 5 years now, asked about how he feels about it, and he's like, well, I don't lose sleep over it. So yeah, no, that happened. I don't lose sleep over it. No, it was a while ago when that interview... Here, let me see if I can find it for you. Yeah, this one. 3 years ago. I thought it was longer.
There was a show with a guy named Louis Conrad, an assistant district attorney.
Correct.
In Texas.
Oh, wow.
Tell me about that.
That's even higher ranking than I remember.
We had done this investigation in Texas, and as the police are moving in, he takes the handgun and shoots himself in the head.
It was a house, not a hotel.
Suicide.
Misremembered.
What was found out later was on his laptop were at least 10 images of child pornography.
How did you feel when you found out that he died?
It was, a difficult moment for everybody involved. You don't want to see somebody do that. I don't feel responsible for it. I sleep well at night and did. In fact, we completely reported on it the next morning. Obviously the...
You can tell he didn't even want to put in the first part about it was difficult. He kind of just wanted to be like, yeah, no, I mean, that's fine. Who cares? What was that? Oh, wait, I actually do think I remember reading that. The sister of the guy who killed himself sued NBC and won a bunch of money. Isn't that so interesting? So, a pedophile blows his brains out with images of child porn on their computer and then sues the people that caught him and wins. A little weird. That's a little fishy. You see 16 terabytes trending on Twitter because of the Cartoon Network cartoonist who got arrested. Oh, people are talking more about Kyle Carosa finally? Well, I don't know why I'm saying finally. It hasn't been that long. It's this guy. It's this guy. If you don't remember, Kyle Carosa. That's more than the MCU movies in HD combined. Oh, the 16 terabytes? Yeah. I actually don't think the 16 terabytes was known at the time because that is an astonishingly large amount. Where are you seeing 16 terabytes? I keep seeing 600 images, but 600 images wouldn't come out to 16 terabytes. Yeah, that's not true. So that stemmed from a random Twitter post. Yeah, so the only source on the 16 terabytes is a single tweet. All of the official reports on the arrest is 600 images. Regardless, though, dude's an absolute fucking monster. But yeah, the 16 terabytes is not real. Not that it changes anything. Dude still needs to be behind bars for the rest of his fucking life. How much did Jared have? Oh, now Jared's very different. Jared Fogle, he had a terabyte. I think it was a terabyte, or it might have been even more. But Jared Fogle also contributed to the production of child porn. And I always mention this, but Jared Fogle's actually going to be released from jail pretty soon. It's fucking crazy. Because he got a 15-year sentence. So the 15 years will end in 2030. No, he had 5.6 terabytes and was producing child porn himself. And somehow only got 15 years in jail. There are people that are in jail longer for minor marijuana offenses. Isn't that fucking crazy? Bro should have been executed. I don't know how he got off with a 15-year sentence for that. He probably gave up some of his creep circle. I mean, I guess that's super possible. It's been a long time since I actually went through his case. So, like, maybe he gave up some of, like, the buyers of the content or something. Fuck if I know. But it's still crazy. That's still, like, you still shouldn't get a reduced sentence like that for those kind of charges. Oh no, Kyle Carosa worked on a lot of shows. Like, he did some boards for Adventure Time. His series was the Mighty Magiswords. That was, like, his show. But he did work on everything. Literally everything. He was deeply tied in the animation world. No, this happened like a week ago, the story broke. But I guess on Twitter today, someone spread a story that he had 16 terabytes of child porn. So everyone, like, was fucking shocked at that amount. 16 terabytes, to put that in perspective, you'd have, like, a goddamn Bitcoin mining operation for less terabytes of storage. Though, actually, that's a stupid example, because for fucking mining crypto, you'd be using GPUs. Point is, you'd actually have multiple external hard drives that you'd be fucking plugged into for that. Like, it's an absurd amount. So that was fake. That number's not real. But it's still a lot. You hear about the discovery of dark oxygen. The fuck is dark oxygen? Scientists find dark oxygen being produced from metals in the sea floor. Oh my fucking god. Jesus, Washington Post. Oh, it literally just means oxygen being produced in complete darkness. I thought it was going to be like dark matter or something. But no, it literally just means oxygen being produced in the dark, which is really cool. No photosynthesis or anything. Ooh. Could even force a radical rethink of the origins of complex life on Earth. That does sound like a pretty big discovery. The reason dark oxygen is so crazy because scientists originally thought sunlight was required to produce it, which completely changes how we view life because the implications for life to be sustained on other planets change as well. No, like I said, it does seem like a big deal.